This movie tells a story of Josh, a meek family man who moves with his wife Rachel and young son Max into a picturesque Nova Scotia home, only to discover it sits on a deadly curve notorious for car accidents. When a teen driver's fatal crash sends a tire through their window on their first night, Josh's curiosity spirals into an unsettling obsession with the victims and the accidents themselves. He secretly studies CPR, stalks victims' social media, and neglects his job and family, all while his behavior grows increasingly erratic. Rachel, a therapist, and Max bear the brunt of his unraveling, but the film never clarifies what drives Josh's descent, leaving viewers stranded in a fog of unanswered questions. Directed by Jason Buxton and adapted from Russell Wangierski's short story, this movie sets up an intriguing psychological thriller about obsession and suburban dread, but ultimately crashes into a wall of underdeveloped ideas and narrative ambiguity. Despite a committed performance from Ben Foster, the film's sluggish pace, shallow character work, and failure to explore its themes leave it feeling like a missed opportunity. It's a high-concept idea stretched beyond its limits, without enough substance to justify the ride. Foster's performance is the film's strongest asset, capturing Josh's quiet desperation and creeping instability with subtle intensity. He conveys a man grappling with emasculation, passed over for a promotion, overshadowed by his successful wife, yet the script fails to dig deeper into his psyche, offering only vague hints of toxic masculinity or midlife crisis. Cobie Smulders, who plays Rachel, is solid but underutilized, her character reduced to a reactive foil with little agency. The dynamic between Josh and Rachel lacks the emotional weight needed to make their deteriorating marriage compelling, and Max feels like an afterthought, his trauma barely explored. Buxton's direction creates an eerie atmosphere, with claustrophobic shots of the family's home and the ominous curve outside enhanced by moody cinematography and unsettling score. The car crashes are staged with brutal impact, but their repetition grows monotonous and the film's 110-minute runtime feels bloated, dragging through redundant scenes that add little to Josh's arc or the story's stakes. The premise begs for a tighter 90-minute cut or a bolder exploration of its psychological horror, perhaps leaning into the dark comedy suggested by Josh's absurd fixation. Instead, it meanders toward an abrupt, unsatisfying conclusion that resolves nothing, leaving the audience as unmoored as Josh. The film gestures at big ideas, like masculinity in crisis and the allure of control in a chaotic world, but never commits to exploring them. Is Josh's obsession a warped quest for heroism, a symptom of mental illness, or a critique of suburban ennui? The script doesn't say, and its reluctance to provide insight makes Josh's actions feel more perplexing than profound. Practical questions also undermine the story's credibility. Why does no one install a guardrail? Why does the family stay in a house where cars routinely crash into their yard? These oversights make the characters' decisions feel contrived, further distancing viewers from the drama. This movie wants to be a chilling character study in the vein of David Cronenberg's Crash or a Hitchcockian descent into madness, but it lacks the clarity or audacity to pull it off. Foster's performance and the film's unsettling premise keep it watchable, but its refusal to engage with its own ideas or deliver a meaningful payoff makes it a frustrating slog. Like the cars careening off its titular curve, this movie starts with momentum but ends up a wreck. It's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.